Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnan Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. Sri Ramakrishna is differentiating between the bodily existence and our spiritual existence. The imperishable within is my real existence, and what am I really? Bodies with which I identify in waking state. These bodies go on changing. As long as SIM card is there, the body doesn't matter. It can take any number of changes, new varieties of cell phones you may use. From one cell phone to the other cell phone, the SIM card may go. But the left mobile phone doesn't matter. It is just an immaterial thing. What matters is the inner SIM card. SIM card is the Jivatman, and the bodily existence is just the cell phone, physical, material cell phone. So like that, the value, Sri Ramakrishna is differentiating between the soul and the external bodily existence. After death of the body, perhaps God carries one to a better place, because God may have to interfere. Now, every day, suppose a child is there, father goes for work every day, and mother takes the child to the school every day. Mother is accustomed, mother is doing everything. But some days, father may have to take him. The nature is taking. God may have to take him to a better place. Why? Because of his love and devotion for God. His sacrifice that he does, the tapas he does, the calling on God, the prayers that he offers, the love with which he is doing everything sincerely, with absolute sincerity. And he is trying his best to see God in others also. So, in this totality, God may have to interfere and take the jiva. That's why he uses perhaps, or sometimes some prayers, some devotee who is truly devoted or an enlightened soul prays to God for a particular soul, or a enlightened soul initiates a disciple, and for that sake the Guru goes on praying for the disciple. Oh Lord, you have given me enlightenment, you have given the powers to initiate. He has got so much of karmic load within. Can you not, in spite of all that, can you not? You are all powerful, you can do anything. Please answer my request. Take this soul to a higher place, where to a higher level of body. Don't give him the karmic body to work out the karma alone. Give him a body with which he can work out the karma and do the sadhana also. So the Guru is praying constantly. Oh, God thinks, I have given him he is an enlightened soul. He is Atmaiva Me Matim. The 4 types of devotees Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita. Artho, Artharthi, Jignasu, Jnani Chaiva. After these 4, Artha, weeping, he is approaching God for some relief. Artharthi wants wealth and money, so he is going to God. Jignasu, he wants to know who God is, what is God, what am I. Jignasu and Jnani. Jnani is also constantly thinking of God. Now this Jnani, of all the people, all are coming to me, all are dear to me, they are all great, but with respect to Jnani, I feel is myself. So that much of Atmiyata, Atma, he is myself. Jnani, I feel myself, I think him to be myself. Jnani tu Atmaiva me matim. Jnani, I think matim, that Jnani is myself. So when a Jnani, one who has realized God, when he prays, it has some weightage. God may give him a better life in the next. So this may be the cause of him to give a better life. For any reason whatsoever, he may have to give. Otherwise, nature will take him to the next birth. According to the karmic load, according to the sadhana he has done. Better place. It is like birth of a child after delivery pain. Now, after the delivery, mother is undergoing tremendous pain, unbearable pain almost. And after the delivery, she is relieved of all things. She feels herself to be worthy of that pain for having got that child. Her motherhood is satisfied. She has got a child now. And the fulfillment of the motherhood is when she gives birth to a child. Now she has to play with the child, bring it up. Her whole attention is diverted to the child. Now her pain is nothing compared to the joy she gets being a mother. Because why that motherhood is so precious? Because there is a constant, unending sacrifice. Wherever there is sacrifice, wherever there is love, there is joy and bliss, there is freedom. So mother has freedom because she has sacrificed herself to give birth to a child. After the child's birth, her sacrifice doesn't end. It continues till this child totally becomes independent and stands on its own leg. So that vast, long-term sacrifice, almost her life is gone in bringing up that child. So that sacrifice is giving her the fruit of joy. Attaining self-knowledge. One looks on pleasure and pain, death and birth as a mere dream. Dream is going on. And he wakes up after attainment of self-knowledge. Atma Jnana. We have only Sharira identity. Deha Bhava. Deha Jnana is also not there. We don't consider the body as matter. When we see a tree, we never understand it is mere mud or soil. Soil is standing in the form of a living tree. The seed has taken one by one grain or selected the grain, like we select the sand and mortar to build a house. It has taken one by one grain from the soil and made this tree. And it goes back to the soil again to become soil. When it is standing as tree, we don't see it to be soil, but it is soil. Like that, we don't identify this body to be matter at all. It is me. He is identifying with the consciousness Chaitanya. He says, I am this. I go, I come. If the consciousness behind is not there, where that body will go? Where that I will go? Nothing is possible. Chaitanya backing it, body is working. We don't even know that body is not Chaitanya. We are mistaken. My Chaitanic existence, I am identifying with the body, and body I am identifying with the Chaitanya. It is Paraspara Aropa, Adhyaropa. Body is identifying with Chaitanya, and Chaitanya is identifying with the bodily existence. Body is thinking, I am Chaitanya, I can go, I can come and all that. And Chaitanya is thinking, I am body. So this is causing. But the reality is, it is not that. Once, after the self-knowledge, the identity with the body breaks. I am no more this bodily existence. I get Atma Jnana. When I sleep, I separate from physical body, enter into dream, separate from the dream body, and enter into deep sleep. From deep sleep, I go to my real existence, expand in the cosmic consciousness as individual consciousness. I am passing through waking, dreaming. I am passing through the three bodies. I am dissociating. I identify with the physical body. I identify with the dream body. I have only one understanding in the deep sleep. Nothing exists. So, who is passing through these three is the self. Now, that self-knowledge, suppose you know, myself, I am Chaitanya Swarupa and not this bodily existence. You have got the Atma Jnana. Once the Atma Jnana means you are no more body. So identification with the body totally breaks off forever. Not only physical body, the subtle and causal body also. Atma Jnana comes means that you are totally independent of the three bodies forever. None of the bodies can bind you through action or through the result of the action. There is no karmic load. You will kill someone, it will not become karma because body is doing. If you love someone and serve, it will not become karma. Papa Punya is not there because he doesn't have identity with anymore with the body. He is Atma Swarupa. His very presence is making the body work. Body is working through the energy of nature. So he is totally independent. Actually, in every yoga, the separation of the body from the body is the essential thing we see. To love God, I must be not a body again. Chaitanya alone can love Chaitanya. My bodily existence becomes so feeble and then ends off. In Bhakti Yoga, it happens. I am separate from body. And when I enter into Samadhi Sthiti or even Bhava Samadhi, whether body exists or not, I don't even know. So that the Patanjali Yoga Sutra begins with that. Chitta Vritti Nirodha, stoppage of the all mentations in the mind. Stop it. No mentations, no world, no identity. I am not yet a body. I am separated from the bodily existence. There is no Chitta Vritti. I know myself independent of body now. Just simplest. It begins the first sutra. Yogas Chitta Vritti Nirodha. The stoppage of mental waves. When we try to meditate, when I try to do anything, mental waves are there still. I am changing the mental waves. I am changing from the worldly mental wave to the spiritual thought wave. But it is not going to cease. It is another type of work like. Mind is working. Now as spiritual identity with spiritual identity, as a spiritual aspirant, the mind is working. There, as an ordinary man in the world, it is working. Whether you are cooking or whether you are meditating, the same ego is there. Same identity is there. In different thoughts, different understanding of oneself. Attitude is changing. So work is changing as if. When there is cessation, in intense thought of God, in Bhakti Yoga also, everything becomes ceased. It becomes still. Mind becomes still. The identity breaks totally from the body. He is one with God. When Radha used to become unconscious, his Sakhis used to not allow anybody to touch her body because she is in union with God from within. So that identity, she is unaware of the physical body totally. She is spirit, being one with the cosmic spirit. Individual spirit, independent of the body, is just like I am in deep sleep, but is covered with ignorance. Here it is mixed with knowledge. So after attaining that self-knowledge, one looks upon pleasure and pain, birth and death as a dream. When you wake up from dream, you will no more worry. I had done something there, I had put a fire. I don't know what is going to happen. I kept something on the stove in dream. And after waking up, you never worry what you had kept on the stove. A cooker filled, you had kept and the gas was on. When you wake up, everything becomes unreal. You need not attend to that anymore. Like that, when you get Atma Jnana, you will see birth, death, everything, what all happened in the past and what is going to happen now or in future is just a dream. How little we know, Sri Ramakrishna is continuing. After telling the whole truth, is how little do we know? Can 1 seer pot hold 10 seers of milk? Liter, now present days. 1 liter container, can it contain 10 liters? Means everything has limitation. My mind can conceive only this much. I cannot conceive of the infinite eternal. Never. Even I can realize God, I can merge in Him, but never know what God is. Because that is my limit. I am a river. I can enter into ocean and become ocean, merge in ocean. But I can never know what ocean is, even after merging in the, because my identity and my existence disappears when I become one with ocean. There is no more. Till it merges in ocean, the river, ocean is there. Once it merges in ocean, it itself is not there. River itself is not there. Ocean alone is there. So we can never know what I can become one with God. I may realize God to the extent I can. When my limitation, according to my limitation, that itself makes me dissolve in the Absolute. How little we know. Can 1 seer of milk, pot contain 10 seers of milk? Means now eyes, how much eyes can see, a particular range, how much ear can hear, a particular decibels. Beyond supersonic we cannot hear. Infrasonic we cannot hear. There is range. There is limit of my each senses. It can perceive only this much. I can perceive only particular range. Infrared it cannot see. Ultraviolet it cannot see. That range, huge range is left out. A small range. Mind can think in a particular range, particular limit. It cannot go beyond. Intellect can reach certain limit and it can. God is infinite. So He can infinite contain in a finite thing. Sri Ramakrishna asks. If ever a salt doll ventures into the ocean to measure its depth, it cannot come back and give us the information. It melts into the water and disappears. That's what happens. Last, it fuses, it ends off. At dusk, the evening service began in the different temples. So many shrines are there. One is the main Kali Mother's temple, and then Radhakanta temple, and then Dvadash Shivalingas are there. So all those temples simultaneously worship goes on. At dusk the evening service began in different temples. The master was sitting on a small couch in his room, absorbed in the contemplation of the Divine Mother. Several devotees were there. M was going to spend the night with the master. See, all these great souls, saints, every saint, he will be always unbroken thought of divine in one way or other. He doesn't keep any empty space empty, nor he keeps anything of this world. Anything of this world is always related or merged in the divine. If he sees a child moving about in the street, it is included in his divine awareness. It is not an independent thing apart from him or apart from God. He doesn't see anything, he doesn't think anything apart from God. And at times, this becomes intense. Now at dawn and dusk you can see Sri Ramakrishna entering into deep, that is, he is becoming unaware of the people around or everything, oblivious of the external world. At dawn and dusk you can see him slowly becoming. He is merging in the any suggestion regarding God. A person is singing a song, somebody is talking about God, his attention is already drawn to the higher level. It shifts automatically. Suddenly it enters into higher state and remains always at the lower state in the divine. It never sees a world different from God. So here we see Sri Ramakrishna, temples began, he absorbed in the contemplation of the Divine Mother. Master was sitting on a small couch in his room, absorbed in the contemplation of the Divine Mother. See, this is what life is. Actually, the whole life has to be constant union with God in some form or other, while cooking, while working, you must be remaining absorbed in God and do it. The whole thing not only as an offering, the identity, the attitude towards yourself must first change. The attitude towards the world will automatically change. I am a body, I am an individual, I am cooking, I am working, that I is a puny I, a small creature in this universe. I go and do meditation. What that I is. It has not changed the self-identity. When the self-identity changes, what am I to myself? How do I look upon myself? As the same old person? In one of the things recently, one person showed me President Maharaj. I don't remember whether Madhvananji or earlier direct disciples. I don't exactly remember. Or Surji Maharaj. Someone. He is there, and a monk. He asks a monk, "What do you see there?" He says something. What is that? He asks. He says, "There's a table. What is below that?" He says, "There is a cloth or something. What is by its side?" He says, then immediately he enters into great grief and says, look here. This person has taken sannyasa, he has lived for so many years, and he's seeing a table, a cloth, and he's not able to see Sri Ramakrishna. He's not able to see God. So many years he has spent in a monastery as a monk, he's not able to see. That vision, because he is the same person who came as a brahmachari. He is keeping that old identity of I was so and so, I am here now, and I am doing sadhana now. Same I is continuing, same personality is coming. But Surji Maharaj used to ask, as old sadhu in Belur Math during our period, in 80s, he used to ask one of the brahmacharis, "Who are you?" Each time he will be sitting, when he goes down, he will just ask, "Who are you?" And that he used to tell, "I am so and so. I am from such and such center." He went on asking, every 2-3 days once he will ask the same question. That brahmachari used to think, how forgetful is this old man? He is a brahmajnani, whom Brahmananji blesses him to be a brahmajnani. And he is sitting and asking this question again. Many times he asked, he could not understand. Then finally he was directed by one of the monks to Vireshwaranji Maharaj, his Gurudev. Then he bowed down to Gurudev and is asking, he said, "Go to the shrine, pray and go today." He prayed to the shrine, went, and then when we went to, again he asked the same question, "Who are you?" Then when he said, "I am so and so," he says, "You have joined the mud so many years back, already 5 years over since you came to joined as a brahmachari. Could you not tell, I am brahmachari of the Belur Math, keeping the same old idea, and so I am so and so, I am coming from that branch, so that old identify is continuing continuously. When will it end? So that has to end. Our old identity must die. As a spiritual aspirant, I am a child of God. I am Atma Swarupa. Again and again we have to identify with my own real existence or related to the divine God. I am child of God. I am child of Mother. That old personality has to totally dissolve and die away, never to be brought back again to the mind at any time. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.